Here we go.
Okay, yeah, it's saying live
It's
on this
preparing.
end.
No, it still says waiting. Still says waiting, I think.
Yeah,
See,
we're live.
Oh, yeah, it says live on mine, but does it say waiting on yours, Greg?
Yep.
Hmm.
Did you change the link?
It changed it somehow. Yeah, it's not on the one we shared. How did that happen? We are live.
Yeah, you changed the code when you put in into whatchamacallit, into Zoom.
Let me copy this link and post it in that chat room over there so they'll know.
I wonder if that's why Dan and Laura are maybe having problems.
No, they should. That's Zoom. They should be coming in on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, when you change the codes from Zoom to YouTube in there, you know what I mean? That's when it changes the link.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, when you click on live feed, it'll show the video that you're getting ready to post, you know what I mean, 8 hours later. You got to click on that and take the codes from that.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I didn't do.
Yeah, I learned that real quick. And then also click your view, where it says speaker view, top right.
My speaker view?
I think it's speaker view. Isn't it called speaker view? Or your views? Top right. It'll show everybody on cam.
Oh, yeah, views. There we go. There we go. Just like that guy right there. Getting some live 101. Says we have 5 participants.
Well, do they count us 3 also?
Yeah, it's counting those 3. Oh, and I've got an extra in yours, yeah, because we're I'm going off my laptop here to work and using my phone for a camera. Okay. Hey, do I need to change that link to roll with it with this live?
No, you can just roll with it live and then you just share it later. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Cool. Nice, nice. Okay, cool. I should have hollered at you before we went live to make sure. Yeah, okay, so that was my problem. I think I had that problem last week too. So cool. All right, guys. We're waiting on Dan and Laura to jump in. This is Jim. He's a searcher. We're going to talk about his solve just a little bit as well. We all know the man, Greg, the brutal truth treasure seekers, right there, coming out as the stinger.
Yeah, I
didn't
put
that emphasis, stinger.
Yeah. How long does that take you to do?
About an hour. About an hour.
About an hour? Oh, wow.
His hair and makeup guy.
I'll get it done better and better. Watch, I'm getting better and better at the makeup. So this shit's I'm gonna have it down point pretty soon.
Yeah.
or I'll just buy the mask.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier. Save you some time.
But then it won't make it fun, you know. Oh, he just put a mask on.
So Casey, one of these times you're going to have to bust out your guitar.
Do a live song? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? You're going to have to share this link on your other video that's not running live.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I can't find the old chat deal.
Cheers, everybody. Has everybody got a beer? Cheers.
Happy Thursday.
Now, you can't come on the show and not drink. Are you serious, man?
Hey, over. Look at that. We'll do some shots. See that crab roll right there?
Yeah.
Casey's got a gun too, so.
I got lots of guns.
It looks like a gun in the background. Is that a gun?
I got lots of guns. Yeah, that's a revolver there. I built that one there. That's a 5.56 special
Oh,
little
wow.
build that I done.
Yeah. So is this like your RV that you're in, or is it a travel
Yeah,
trailer?
right now I've got a little. Yeah, it's an RV that we use to go do our treasure hunting and stuff in, and family vacations, what have you. But just until I got behind me an old, not an old shop, it's pretty new, that I'm actually going to make a studio out of, kind of have a little more private sections in here. And I've got some other equipment being ordered to do all this, with some better microphones and cameras, because right now I'm using my cell phone.
Oh,
Get a call, I might go blank and I have to answer it. But, all right, Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself, man, while we wait on Dan Lord to chime in here.
I started, well, actually, I heard about the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt back in, I think it was about 2013. And I never really did anything back then, even though it was pretty early on, because, well, in the article I read, or maybe it was a video that I clicked on, it didn't say that there was, I didn't notice that there was a poem or a map involved in it. And so I thought, never in a million years would I ever go look for something without a map or some type of direction. I just didn't want to randomly go out there.
Right.
So back in 18, I think it was a Yahoo video of Forrest. I happened to click on, and I'd remembered it from years past, and I clicked on it, and I was like, geez, I might maybe stand a chance of finding this thing, because in that article it said that it had a map and a poem. And so I did some research, and a week later or so I was off to the races trying to look for it. The very first time I went out, I was actually looking for the treasure chest, and then when I read scrapbook 95, it actually says the word towards the end of the scrapbook, proxy, in it. And so I decided that I wasn't going to actually look for a treasure chest. I was going to look for something that maybe had a marker or a stone or a sign or the actual key to the treasure chest. I thought it would give, that would give Forrest the freedom to just hide it anywhere legally without no legal problems at all. And so that's what I set off doing. And I don't know if you want me to at this point, but I could play my video. But before my video, I could show you a couple little things that kind of helps with the video.
Yeah, show us those things,
man. Yeah. So, do I hit the share screen first before I click on it? Okay, all right. Okay, so is that popping out big on your screen? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this is on scrapbook 95, and there it is right at the end, proxy. And so that's what got me looking for something other than the chest, was that word right there, proxy item. So let me scroll out.
I want to see no porn now. No porn.
No porn. Yeah, I gotta better be careful. Yeah. This is this is on the Finder story. So see where it says scrapbook 177, and then down below it has waters or ATE, and I'll show you what I think ATE means here in a little bit. This one. And so this is on scrapbook 177, which is what the Finder story was talking about. And notice there's there's a sign right there and it says water, but it also, if you can make ATE out of it. And then down here on the bottom, there's another sign with water. And this is, yeah, like I said, on 177 again. And this was Eric Sloan's sketches or drawings. And then we're all probably familiar with this. This is another Eric Sloan drawing. But notice it's got concrete, a post, and a chunk of steel. And I'll show you what I found, what I believe that is the proxy item. So this is shaped like a stop sign. It's got a metal plate with two metal rods buried in concrete. And this is in a thick forest. And it's planted, you know, somewhere where like nobody would go unless you like had some type of direction to go there. And I know it's kind of hard to visualize, but if you look at this sign straight on, it actually forms the pi symbol that, and Forrest talks about pi.
What state are we in, Jim?
Wyoming.
Wyoming?
I sent my solve in. Yeah, I sent my solve in on June 5th. Well, and other days leading up to it before then at 7:32. And, you know, that's when I believe, you know, Forrest had stated and Dale had stated that it was, you know, sent in, the email was sent in the early morning hours, you know, on June the 5th. I also sent him an email on June the 6th with a similar, with just a few tweaks to it. Anyways, so I'll move on to the next thing, but yeah. And then this is what I believe is the heavy loads. And if you look real close, you probably can't see it on your guys' end, but it says F42 right there. And then, of course, Forrest is, you know, he always signs his name F, of course. And then 42, the no paddle up your creek. If you look into like the meaning of cricket, they have 42 rules in cricket. And so I think that's what maybe the paddle is right there. So I'll move on to another thing real quick. This is on scrapbook 243. This is towards the end. And I highlighted some of the key words that I believe that ties in with what I found. Is on a flat slab and placed atop A8. And so, you know, that going back to that thing that I found, it's like a stop sign shape and it has 8 sides. So that's where I keep getting the 8, of course. And then this is just I believe the scrapbook of it is on a flat slab atop A8. And then this is kind of the title of my short little video that I had made. And you can see how I highlighted the area. And here also just stake the stop. And this part of the poem, you can spell stop again. And I know on your video, last video, Greg, Jason had kind of talked about, he thought, you know, to cease was a key thing for him. And so, yeah.
Jason's got some good, you know what I mean? He was asking, he was asking you something up above. I don't remember. He said, what's in the promise folder?
Oh, well, what's in the promise folder? Well, yeah, that's I'm going to release that on a separate video that I do.
You gotta remember, you gotta be called out, buddy.
Yeah. That's funny. So anyways, that's why I titled this video that I'll click on, use stake to stop because I believe that's what it is telling me to stop. And then, of course, I don't think it stopped there. I believe I had to solve 2 other things. And the last thing that I had solved, which I'm kind of holding out, kind of like Bill Gorman. I think there's, well, I don't know about Bill thinks there was 3 things, but I think there was 3 things that I needed to do to actually stop the chase. And the 3rd thing that I did, I'm kind of holding out saying for right now at this point, but
that's fine. No problem.
That stopped the chase, you know, but that's what I'm hoping for.
Okay, so do you think, I got a question, can I ask
shoot.
away here or what?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
it's about. Open forward, baby.
So, hey, do you think Forrest fucking took the goddamn treasure back, or do you think somebody went and took it for him?
Well, here's what I'm holding up for, just kind of like I was saying with Bill on your show. Hopefully, I think it's because legally, I think he maybe put it in a trust, and that's what I'm hoping.
Well, yeah. A lot of people believe that when he passed and he went, that he put it in a trust, and then all of a sudden something's going to come out to somebody.
Yeah.
A lot of people believe that.
Yeah.
But okay, so if you ever seen one of my videos from 2013 where Toby interviewed, you know, at the coffee shop of Forrest, claiming all these jewels and all these diamonds were in this treasure chest. Okay, did you ever watch that video?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe that he's been nitpicking the treasure chest over the last 10 years?
Oh, I think he changed it. I think it's just gold in there. Because of course, at the end of the poem, it says, "I give you title to the gold." You know.
Right. But why would you say there's gems in it 3 years later?
Yeah, you know that I can't answer for, but yeah.
That's just things, you know what I mean, what we throw out there just to see what people think, you know what I mean, from his interviews and stuff like that, because shit just doesn't add up no more. I mean, they didn't even do an autopsy of what he was taking. No pills, no alcohol, no autopsy on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that one, you guys?
Go ahead,
go ahead, Casey.
Me, what I think. Well, I'm on the fence. Okay, I mean, we all want to know. I mean, we all want to believe this treasure is 100% real. We do. But there's so many contradicting things out there at this moment, you know, and maybe one day we'll have all the answers to it. I mean, I've got a couple theories. One, I think he retrieved the chest maybe because he knew he was passing to take it with him. You know, who says you can't take it with you when you go? You know, that was one of his big things. I think he may have done that. I believe that's very possible.
You know, and I don't know if they're waiting for all these lawsuits to clear up to potentially, you know, let loose of it also. That's another option for them.
Right, that's another option. So what's your belief in that? He claimed it, he said it was in a state that he wasn't getting sued on. Those 2 states he wasn't getting sued. So why would he just, I mean, everything just doesn't add up anymore on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the family not coming forward because the family doesn't have nothing to do with it. They never wanted to have anything to do with it. Now all of a sudden it's their opportunity to make this a clean slate. It's their opportunity to make their father or grandfather or whatever look good again. But them not coming forward makes it even look worse for all them.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And Jim, hey, you don't have to feel like that you have to answer a certain way. You know, if you feel a certain way,
sure.
You know, you know, your thoughts are your thoughts here, bud. We're just,
no problem.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Hey, we just have fun. We just have fun. Just enjoy. And if you don't like a comment in the chat, tell them to go fuck themselves.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay, I'll finish mine. I'll finish mine up, and then Greg, we could hear yours too if you want to share yours. You said-
Mine's a long history.
yeah.
We go in the rabbit hole of that one. Oh my God, no! I can't tell myself because then everybody will tell me, "Oh, you can't tell yourself because then your channel's done." That's what they'll
Yeah.
tell me. I can't do that yet. I do that in a documentary.
Okay, this video, if I had to do it again, I would make it longer in some spots. So I'll maybe pause it briefly in some spots, but the rest of it, I'll just let it go quickly. So here it goes.
Are we waiting on video?
Oh, can
Yeah,
you
he's
not
gonna
see that?
share a video.
No.
Oh, can you not see that? The video?
No video.
No, you
Oh,
gotta
okay.
open it up. You gotta open it up. We still see your whole screen though.
Huh.
We see your pictures.
Because the video is playing on my end. Huh. Let's see. No, still nothing? Huh. Do I gotta hit start video? No?
Well, I think start would help.
No, it won't let me. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So anyways, it doesn't look like, I'm seeing it on my end, but it doesn't look like you guys are seeing it on your end.
maybe stop share for a second, then restart share again.
Yeah, I don't know, Casey, can you pull it up on your end?
I may be able to. Can you email it to me real quick? And yeah, I'll try to throw it up there.
Did you hit, Jim, hit your stop screen, see what happens?
Oh,
Because you're still sharing your screen, so
yeah, is that up on the top?
you should see a green.
Oh, I see it, I got it, yeah. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Now try to share again, and then
I'll email it to you, Casey, and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me as well, searchers, what my solve is, and I'll dive into it as we go through these episodes. I have several different solves. I would come at it at an angle that was personal to Forrest and try to apply it to the poem, and then search an area. I've had one in New Mexico, Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado. The last one I was working on was Colorado. Landers, Wyoming I really thought I found it there. I spent a lot of time out there, and boy, we thought we found it. I believe I found the schoolhouse where Fenn was talking about his father drove him. Twin Creek School is the name of it. It's hard to Google because you can pull up a lot of one-room schoolhouses. This was a ranch schoolhouse for ranches. It was down in Red Bluff Canyon. But if you Google that, you can kind of find a little bit about it. Real neat area out there. I've actually shared some photos on your Facebook page, Greg, on some of the stuff we've seen out there. Pretty wild. But let me check this out.
everything's wild. I mean, everything makes no sense no more. No, nothing makes sense. I mean, we got groups kicking people out of everything. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it's sad because people they want to say stuff, and that's the whole thing. People want to express what's going on. Like I've been telling people for the longest time for last year, is you have some people that they're done. It doesn't matter. They're going to take it for face value, or if it's a hoax, they don't give a shit. And then you got people that'll play both sides of the whole show, which is uncalled for. You got one side or the other. That's it. It's either you want to find out the truth or you don't. But I guarantee if we find out the truth, all the underdogs, I call us all underdogs. Because that's what we are. We were the underdogs that people came to my group, people came to all these channels. People want to hear what's going on. And that's the whole thing. And people want to know because they're hurt. You know what I mean? Were they robbed of money? Were they robbed of their travel? You know, people lost families, people lost houses, people lost lives. We were the only ones that did a GoFundMe for somebody that lost their lives. And all these other groups that claim that, you know, they're in it, you know, supporting people, they didn't help the people that died. They didn't care. We were the only group in history to help somebody that died in a family.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know, I want to know, did I have one clue? Did I have 9 clues? You know, what did I have? And I know there's thousands of you guys out there tonight that believe that too. Hey, we got Dan Dotson that just popped in on us. How you doing out there in California, brother?
Yeah, I'm like on the daylight, not that so savings time. I'm sorry I'm late for our meeting.
No worries, man. No worries.
I would like to say I was on the modern day treasure hunt and I was searching for something, but it may have just been my wallet or keys.
Now I've had some people ask me, you know, they say, well, you know, what does the auctioneers have to do with treasure hunting? They don't realize I actually used to buy storage lockers too years and years ago, but that's like treasure hunting, man. That is a modern day treasure hunt. A lot of people don't see it that way.
I trademarked that. Yeah, it's my trademark.
Did you really?
No, go ahead. You can use it today.
I'm gonna have to pay you now, ain't I?
No, I'm gonna let you use that one.
I appreciate it. But we appreciate your time tonight, man, because I know you're a busy guy, and we appreciate you being here, supporting all these searchers that just want to discuss this all. So that's
Did you hear about the safe with all the cash in it? Did you hear about that? It was like a year and a half ago, and did you read about that?
Yeah, I actually seen it. Yeah, on your Facebook page. Yeah, and ended up giving the money back, and they gave a portion back. Is that how it was?
Yeah. They ended up giving like $3.7 million back, and they kept $1.2 million. And you know, I had the IRS investigators calling my office and calling my home and leaving business cards in my mailbox, and everybody was calling me, and I just wanted to say nothing to nobody, right? And so I went and I called the IRS and I said, what, you know, they said, we need to talk to you. And I said, okay. So I left my phone at home and I went downtown to the coffee place and we sat down and they looked at me and they said, okay, it's just like bullshit, right? I mean, it really didn't happen, right? And for a second I thought about saying, yep, it was just all a big fake, and thank you very much and have a great day. But that's really not true. This happened, right? So I looked at them and I said, look, I said, I asked my wife, I said, what should I do? Because we were at this Car Stars and Rock and Roll event out in Indio, right? At the Big Rock pub. And, who was it? Count, you know, the Count, he was playing, his band was playing there, and it was loud, and I see this lady and she's kind of circling me like, you know, usually people, maybe they just want a photo because, you know, I'm almost famous. So I stand up because I like to take photos, and I go to, you know, pose with her, and she says, I have to tell you a story. And I'm standing there looking at her, and Laura's standing there, and she goes, my husband, she points at a guy, she goes, he works for a guy that bought a unit from you right over here, she says. And it's loud. I'm trying to listen. She goes, for $500. And inside there was a safe, and the first people couldn't open the safe, and the second people came and opened the safe and found $7.5 million. And I said, $7.5 million? And she goes, yes. And I said, like cash? She goes, yes. And I said, okay. And I'm waiting for the punchline. And she goes, and an attorney stepped forward and said that he would like to give $600,000 for everything in their back. And then they settled on 1.2. I said, you mean they took 1.2 million and then they gave that other back? And then 3.7 back or whatever it was. And she said, yes. And I said, wow, okay. You don't have to do that. And I said, do you have any pictures of this? She goes, well, I do. And I said, well, could you send them to me? Yes. And I said, she sent them to me, and it's just it's like piles of cash. Right. And I said, if I don't tell anybody who you were and where this happened, can I share this story? Because, you guys like to hear it. Everybody loves to, you guys have a whole show around this shit. So anyways, she goes, yes. And she should have said, no, let me destroy your phone, forget me. And that's what she should have said. So I'm sitting there looking at the IRS, and I said, I looked this lady in the eyes, and I told her I wouldn't tell who she was. And I said, and I thought when you guys came to me, you were going to say, hey, there's been a big crime, and you're going to be a patriot, and you're going to help us fix this crime. You're going to help us. Hang on a second. I got a little, I got one of my pets going by. I look at her. Okay. so anyway, that's paid Lady Laura running around in her underwear and cool with that. So I said, you guys, you're acting like it's illegal to put $7.5 million in a safe in a storage unit. I said, it's not illegal. I said, maybe it was a dispensary or somebody that just didn't want to use a federal bank, and they do cash and they paid all their taxes. Who knows? I said, but you want me to rat somebody out? And I said, and I asked my wife what to do. And she said, tell you guys whatever. And I said, I wish I had taken that on an airdrop. And they said, how come? I said, that way it wouldn't be on my phone and I wouldn't have to give it to you. And they said, well, is it on your phone? And I said, it's on my phone. I said, but I left my phone at home. I said, just for this reason. I said, is this where you arrest me or put me in bankruptcy? And they kind of looked and chuckled, and they said, we don't do that. And I said, I know, I see what happens. I said, my cousin's an attorney, and I told her the story about this, and I asked her, what should I do? And she told me just to tell you guys whatever. I said, but I'm thinking I need a better attorney. I need some more time. I don't feel good about any of this, right? And they said, well, how much time do you need? And I said, a week. I need a week to figure this out. So as soon as, the next day I call another attorney, and I said, what should I do? And he said, just give him everything. And so I just gave him everything, and I never heard anything about anything. And
wow.
Yeah, the phones are probably ringing right now.
Oh boy, howdy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Has anybody in your group chased that Fenn mystery?
We all have chased the Fenn mystery. Yeah. That's
and
what we're here discussing.
Who in your group has spent the most time outdoors, away from home, like camping or whatever, trying to find it? Who spent the most time out there?
Man, that's kind of hard to say. We've all had boots on the ground. We had a guest last week, 5 Leaf Blaze, is his username. He lived in his van with his wife for I forget how many years, he said, chasing that treasure. So
he's the winner.
Wow.
Yeah. It all touched us, in a particular way, and that's what we're trying to get to the bottom to is. Greg Allen there, he's treasure seeker. He's got his own show, and he's the brutal truth, because you got some groups out there that, it was found, no information, yada yada yada, you should be good with it, and Greg says bullshit. Is that about right?
Bullshit.
Right.
So there is a lot of things that don't add up. My channel is dedicated to searchers like me and Jim, that spent the boots on the ground, and hey, we want to tell our stories out there that some of the other channel celebs, as I put in quotation marks, they don't want to hear it because it didn't match their narrative.
Dan, what I want to know is, did you find it in your mini storage?
Yeah. You mean this? Oh, you mean
the Fenn?
No. I started trying to add up the clues, and I couldn't get past the first door. There just wasn't nothing I was looking at was matching anything.
You didn't take the money and run. Take the money and run.
A lot of people when we first the safe thing a year or so ago, this money, I put it, come out on TMZ and all that stuff, and there was like 500,000 views on the thing just like right now, and it was Laura and I talking like, well, what would you do? What would you do if you found all that money, and somebody steps out of left field and says, "Hey, we want this money back." I mean,
Yeah.
most of you would probably, stuff that $7.5 million in your pockets, in your suitcase, and just, maybe some of you would just leave. Other ones would say, "I don't know who this is, maybe somebody heavy duty wanting this money back." And sometimes it might be better to, take some of it and give some of it back, and, just forget you ever saw me. And, until Dan Dotson, the auctioneer, with his big ass mouth, tells everybody, "Hey, look what happened over here."
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Horrible.
That's interesting. Wow.
So how did you hear about it, Dan?
About the Fenn?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, for years and years, it's been going around. I had a friend of mine that worked with me, and he was just all into that. And he just set me down. That's all he would talk about for weeks. And so, he was always telling me, "Hey, we should do a show around this. We should do a show around this Fenn mystery, because this would be fantastic." And so, we were just kind of throwing stuff back and forth and trying to figure out ways that we could, not Fenn stuff, but something like that could be, could be lit from the grassroots and could be fun for everybody, and some way to make it profitable. That's the best part for me. And, you got to pay bills. So, we were just trying to think of a reality show that would go around the same kind of a concept, where maybe, you would take, things and hide little clues around in big cities and, up a stream and wherever, and, and just make it fun and make it cryptic. And, everybody's interested in that. If the whole world knew about the Fenn thing, the whole world would be buzzing about it. I mean, you guys, you're paying attention to it, but not everybody knows about it. But, I just heard about it through my guys, and I was fascinated.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. There are some people that's trying to spark something kind of like the Fenn treasure. I talked to Greg about it a little bit. What would it take? $30,000, $50,000? And I got with a team of people that I talked to about money, and it's that $1 million factor, baby. That's what kind of brings everybody together, I think, for a big wild.
Yeah, that big pot brings people together, and also that book brings people together. I mean, that book touches people's lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what I've always said. When people read that book, it touches them in a different way that nobody can explain. Not even an individual can explain. It just touches each individual.
All walks of life. All walks of life.
There's something about Storage Wars that makes it so special, which is so close to, what you're doing, is you never know what's inside the box. You never know what's in the box. And when we first, started doing the Storage Wars, there was a little, a thing like a piece of paper on the wall, and it said, "Don't forget about what's in the box, stupid." That's what it said. "Don't forget about what's in the box, stupid." And it was up on the wall, and that was for production to realize and remember that this is a modern day treasure hunt. People are risking real money to, and most of the time they're just paying their way. But every once in a while, there's something that's fantastic. We had a deal that sold up in San Jose County about, I don't know, it was probably 6-7 years ago now. And it was $500,000 in bullion and pieces of 8. And it was so much gold and silver in this Rubbermaid tub that it took 4 people, according to the manager, to lift it out of the unit and put it in the back of the guy's truck. So that was the story. Laura puts out there, "Congratulations, John, on your pirate booty find." That's what she said. And then we had everybody in the world calling us, wanting to get us on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and I think we were on Fox and Friends, and it got us a new season. I mean, the timing of that was just perfect. And it sprung into a new season. But I called this guy up and I said, "Hey," I said, "I understand you did pretty good." And he goes, "Well, it was an okay unit. Probably just," this is what the guy said. He goes, "Probably just like the second best unit I ever bought in my life." And I'm thinking, the second best unit. I said the second best unit. I said, "I heard you got a bunch of coins and stuff." And he goes, "Oh, who told you that?" He goes, "I got about 900 pennies." And I'm thinking 900 pennies. I said, okay. I said, you don't want anybody to know who you are, right? And he goes, oh, Danny, I don't even know anything. And I said, okay. So basically he was telling me, I'm going to really embarrass you. And I would never, I would never put anybody out there, but as soon as the IRS jams me up against the wall, I guess I'll tell you anything. But, same thing there. I won't tell anybody.
Now, like I said, I used to do that years ago. They post them in the local paper where I'm from, and I would buy them $50, $100. You can find some things in there and flip them pretty good money. And then your show came along, and all of a sudden, there's 10,000 people at one little auction and driving up which is good for your auctioneer business, getting them bids up, but
right.
Yeah, it went all the.
It went crazy. I had a company.
Plus.
I had a major company in Orange County, and I was making I was making money with them, and they were a great account. And after season 1, 2009 or 10, I came in, and the regional manager was in there. He looked at me, and his name was Wayne. Hey, Wayne, and he says, Danny, I'm gonna fire you today. And I'd had this account forever, and I'm feeding my family with this stuff. And I said, well, what? May I ask why? And he goes, well, He goes, you're getting too many people at your auctions. I saw the video from last time. You totally plugged up our facility, and we can't have that. And I looked at the guy, and I said, I put my hand out to shake his hand. I said, that's the best reason I've ever been fired in my life. Thank you very much. He goes, if things change, just call me back. And I thought, screw it, man. I'm never going to call you back. And I've never called him back for it. But anyway, you get fired because of success. It's tough. It's tough. Right?
I know that. Not as much as you, but anyway, all right. Greg,
can I ask where everybody's from? Where's everybody from?
I'm from
Go
Ohio.
ahead, Greg.
Ohio.
Okay.
California. I'm from California.
What part of California are you from?
I'm in the northern part, kind of by Chico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. I've got my grandkid up in Gridley, so.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, hey, Dan, you ready to start a treasure hunt for 2021?
You should do a treasure hunt for 2021.
Well,
we should come up with
we're gonna need a lot of backing for this for 2021.
Okay, well, that sounds scary. When you put it that way, it's scary. It sounded fun at first. It sounded really fun.
Yeah, you gotta make it scary though. You gotta make the treasure hunt scary and fun.
I don't know. You might want to just have them walk on an edge or something. I don't know. For free.
Yeah, maybe we do some 3D glasses where you just find a treasure hunt with 3D glasses.
maybe you really are on a good idea. There would be a really easy way to get a bunch of corporate sponsors and take something that's special to them and find some folks that are really smart about writing stuff up and some really clever people that can hide stuff in plain view in the middle of whatever, and have these, as people are finding these things, they're building up something, and maybe they win something from the corporations or something that's getting all the juice out of this. There's a way to do it where you don't have to spend any of your own money.
No,
you can probably have fun with it.
We got something coming for 2021. We got something very special, different than any treasure hunt that's ever been done.
Fantastic. Do you want to come and share it on a Storage Wars episode?
Oh, I can come share it. Yeah, I'll come share it on a Storage War. No, hey, we'll share it everywhere.
Fine. Production. They called us up about a month or so ago, and they said, "Are you been able to do auctions with the COVID?" And I said, "Yeah, we're doing auctions. We have 15 units in Hemet next week. Come and film them. You guys are missing out. It's been over a year. We're not filming." And they said, "Well, we're working on this to get it done." So I said, "Man, if I said I'd like to."
Dan, you can do a Storage War with like a treasure hunt. You got the storage. Right. You could make a little key for a different storage unit that they have to pick the right key in the right number. Think about that one. Oh, I just gave you. Oh shit!
You just gave.
I get 10%. I get 10%.
You gave the whole thing away. You just gave it away.
A storage war where you do a storage war, find the gold. You know what I mean?
Right. There might be another way to do it, though. There might be a way to.
Yeah, but you can think about it. They can all think about it. Everybody.
All right.
All
right. I'm gonna put it in my hat, and I've got it right here. And
I
it's
dig
not
that
going
hat,
anywhere.
by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
an
It's
awesome hat.
Yeah.
American Hat Makers. I was going through Facebook, and I always get screwed in Facebook. I bought some of those carved mechanical coins the other day, and they $180 worth. They're just stamped little plug things, and I'm so mad. Every time I buy these shorts that you can put a pistol in, and they're shorts, and they got like a thing, right? You can't put a pistol in that thing. Those things are so floppy. You put a pistol in there, and it kind of hangs and flops like potatoes out the side of your leg. It's horrible. So I get screwed every time I buy something on Facebook. It's just like a ripoff or whatever. And
Get you a good fast draw like that behind me right there.
right. Oh, that's nice. So anyway, I see this hat on this biker chick, and I think, hey, that's a cool hat. And then about a week later, I'm thinking, I want to buy Payday Laura one of these hats. So I start looking for it, and I just looked for like days, and I finally found it, American Hat Makers. And I bought myself one, and of course, and I got Laura one, and she never wears it, but I got her a box so she can put it in there forever.
Nice. Is it all leather? It looks all leather.
Oh yeah, it's a good hat. It's a quality hat. Yeah, it's all
Dan, if you go on Greg's show, he's going to expect you to paint your face like his. Also, along with your hat.
I thought I could be like one of the other band members.
You ain't getting away with that hat.
There you go.
You ain't wearing it on my show. You might wear it on this show, but you ain't wearing it on my show.
Right on.
Oh, I dig it.
I
Cool.
like the hat, but we're gonna take. But you know what? I told you, Storage Wars. You do the gold mine in the Storage War.
It is all a gold. It is all a chasing of the gold mine. Sometimes you get the gold mine, and other times you get the shaft.
Right.
I mean, really.
Really.
They sold a comic book unit yesterday for $40,000.
Are you kidding me?
Oh wow.
Nope, I'm not kidding you. Not kidding you. 40 grand. It wasn't my auction. Wasn't my auction, but I'll tell about it. I'll grab it and throw it and sprinkle it around my brands and throw it out there.
The Storage War, where when people open the wrong door, it's a lump of coal. That's it. That's all they get.
It's like that sometimes.
That's the last thing you ever want to do is sell the wrong door. It's happened.
Exactly. You open the wrong door, it's a 50-50 chance. You're fucked.
I on purpose don't open doors. I always make a manager show me the door and open it up, and then I sell it. But I don't go around opening stuff and selling it, because then I'm really a little bit more liable. So I always, that part of the lien process is their responsibility. So I let them pick out the unit, and then I'll sell it. And then if everything falls apart, I'm only part to blame, because I didn't know or whatever.
Yeah. So you followed this Fenn treasure hunt just a little bit, and okay, there's a finder. We put it in quotation marks, some of us. What are your thoughts on a finder that wants to be anonymous? Do you think that's plausible?
I think that it makes the thing smell fishy. It makes the thing smell fishy, but I can tell you there's a lot of people, just like the guy that got the coins. He didn't want anybody to know that. He was willing to lie and say it wasn't him. So I know people do like to be anonymous, and the IRS is out there, and I don't know. I would rather somebody, at least an attorney or somebody, step forward and say, hey, I'm representing the guy that bought this. This is a real thing.
Correct.
Fenn was real. This was real. And this stuff. And here's some photos of it or something. And, here's some good documentation of what it is. And all that stuff should really match, the original book and the original descriptions of things or whatever. And I don't know how close all that was. Did they produce it?
The treasure just did some
Everything's
photos.
Been produced at all.
Yeah, they just did photos that are supposedly photoshopped.
Okay, so people are looking at the photos saying this is Photoshop stuff.
Oh yeah. There's people that mess with the Photoshop. They're real keen on the software and can pull the codes and say, hey, this is what was Photoshopped. This is the dates on it. And, they can tell some things were Photoshopped.
That's how I met my wife, Laura. I Photoshopped myself. I get myself figured out.
Right.
That, and it impressed her. And but luckily, she couldn't, tear it apart and figure out I was exaggerating with the Photoshop.
Nice. Hey, I want to ask too. Your boy had a serious incident, and how's he doing health wise? Is he recovering?
Appreciate you. Yeah, my son was shot, and in Lake Havasu about a month and 3 weeks ago, and the bullet went through his abdomen and went through his what do they call it? The cava vena, the vena cava, the main. And then it went through his little intestine, his colon, and then it fractured his spine, and that's where it set, like evidence in his spine. And when they took him into the hospital there in Havasu, the surgeon opened him up. I mean, like cut him from here down to his belt and opened him up and realized that vena cava artery had been ripped. And the surgeon, his name was Chris Salvino. Thanks, Chris. Stuck his thumb in that artery and stopped my son from dying right there. And then 4 people picked him up and took him out onto the heliport where they had to get the heaviest, dutiest helicopter there. And it was now overweight with the surgeon. So they had to leave they had to get permission to leave one of the flight nurses on the ground. They had to get permission from Secret Service from Trump was in town in Vegas, and they had the restricted airspace. They had to open it up, and they had to, and it was 30 minutes from the end of the pilot's shift, so they had to bring a pilot in early, and so they had to get him there. So anyway, long story short, they delivered him to the UMC Trauma Center in Vegas, which is a Trauma 3 center, and the Havasu Hospital's Trauma 1 Center. And they just took him straight into the operating room, pulled the thumb out, fixed the artery, started fixing him all. 5 days later, he says, I really want to get out of here. And we brought him home and, set him up a bed and was helping him in and out of bed and feeding him all the little soups and stuff. And, after a couple of weeks, he started eating solid food, and we're still helping him in and out of bed. He has a back brace. He just got rid of the back brace and a couple of weeks early, I guess. And he can get himself in and out of bed now, and he can do the bathroom thing himself. And we're just so happy we didn't lose him. And thank you for the prayers and positive thoughts, because that's the worst phone call you want to get at 4 o'clock in the morning as a parent is your son has been shot. And
yes, sir.
They tell you, well, he's in stable condition. Well, we're going to go to Havasu, and then they call you and say, nope, he's going to go to Vegas. And then the people from Vegas, you talk to them and they say, well, what do you know? And I say, well, he's in stable condition. Come to you. No, sir, he's not in stable condition. And blah 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 blah. And I recorded that, and it just makes my hair go up when I listened to it one time afterwards. And the lady was just very straight out with us, and so we just we believe in God, and we did not feel that God was going to take him from us, and he wasn't going to die, and that was going to be that, and he lived. And we're just so thankful and humble that we still have him. He's a pain in the ass, but he's ours.
Right. Yeah, that sucks. You had to go through that.
Yeah, but we all learn, and it all happens. When I was 5 years old, I got hit by a car. I mean, I flew for 60 feet. I got up and I started running, and the neighbor's dad, threw me down, and I was okay. And, I had that double brain aneurysm in 2014, and I had a 4% chance to live. And just tell you, when we come close to dying and you really get there, it does, it changes the way you think about stuff. And he's a young age. So if it doesn't break him, I think it will hone him into a better character, I think.
Yeah, terrible. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear he's recovering well. I really am. Yeah, that's pretty bad news.
Thanks for letting me rain all over your show. No, thanks for letting me. Come on.
All right. Greg, what do you got? Jim, you got?
How often do you guys do these?
I got a few things, so hold on. Okay. So Jim, your solve is where?
In Wyoming.
What was your Homer Brown?
What was my home of Brown? Well, I'm kind of holding off on.
Oh, see, you can't come on the show and not tell you solve, and then tell me not. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Brown.
I'm hoping hoping it's in a trust or a will.
You might sit back there in this chair, you know. I'm gonna blow your ass out.
we do have the brutal truth on tonight.
I mean,
Usually I just let you
Oh,
talk,
yeah.
but he's gonna
come
sniff
on
it
the
out.
show and tell you solve. You better tell you goddamn solve. Don't sugarcoat
Only giving a portion of it away now.
You gotta remember, shit's already done. People's already been telling their solves. So don't you want to copyright yourself on video, on live feed?
No, this is about as far as I want to take it. Other than the video, I don't really mind.
I know, but
Yep.
you left everybody in limbo. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like in blue balls, dude.
Yeah.
I just got like blue balls. I'm just messing with you, Jim.
I got your email, Jim, on that video, and I'll pull it up here in just a minute. We'll try to play that thing.
Okay, yeah.
For you,
Yeah,
let you go over that.
Dan, what do you think about the Forrest Fenn and the autopsy? Why they didn't do it like a toxicology report? What do you guys all think about that?
On who?
Forrest Fenn, when he died, they didn't do a toxicology. What do you all think about that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they weren't suspect. Maybe they didn't suspect anything. Maybe they just figured he died of natural causes. And what did they put in there as the cause of death?
Yeah, heart attack, normal causes.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
My dad was 52 years old, and he was on his boat. He's a salmon fisherman, and he died at 52. And on his autopsy report, it said natural causes. And I'm thinking, shit, when I got 50, I thought, oh man, when I was 52, I thought, oh, this is it. Now I'm 57 thinking, shit, I'm on borrowed time. But then I remember, well, my mom lived to 59. So shit, I still got a lot of time,
But you got to remember else, Dan, he went to the hospital the night before because he fell and they released him. And they're not supposed to release him, and he fell.
Well, maybe he wanted to go.
Yeah, that's true too.
I can tell you, I was in the hospital for 11 days, and they brought me my bill, and they said, I swear to God, they said, here's your bill for the hospital, $360,000, and they told me, and your insurance ran out at $25,000. What do you want to do? That's what they tell me, and they said, no, this doesn't count the doctors or anything else. It's just for the hospital food and the nurses. And I said, you might as well point out the cardiac unit because this shit's going to kill me, right? And if you'll give us $49,100 today, we'll give you this room that's normally $9,000 a day. We'll give it to you for $4,000 a day because you're supposed to be here for another 3 weeks, no, 21 days. And I looked at this lady like, are you insane? I'm not going to pay $4,000 a day for anything. I will crawl out in the parking lot before I do that. So anyway, I told this lady, I said, look, why don't I give you the 49? One, and why don't we just find my pants and I will just go home? You can't do that. And I said, yes, I can. Send my surgeons in here. So they sent my two surgeons, Dr. Taki and Sodian. And I just told them, I said, look, I don't want to handle $4,000 a day here. I'll do great. I quit smoking. I was a smoker since I was 16 years old. I quit smoking. And I'm not going to go back to that. And I'm not going to ruin your good work. And I'll take my blood pressure and I'll eat right. I just want to get the hell out of here. So, but they have these things stitched in my arm. I said, unstitch these things and pull them out and just let me get out of here. Right. And they looked at each and I looked at him and I said, look, if I'm blowing it, you just tell me that. But if not, just let me get the hell out of here. They looked at each other and didn't even say anything to me and left. 5 minutes later, male nurse come in, ripped the stuff out of my chest. And I got a phone. I called Laura up and I said, bring me my pants. I'm out of here. So, who knows? Out. Maybe Ben wanted it.
So,
right.
Does anybody, so the panel, so the main host and everybody, do you guys think that this whole shit was a shit show? I mean, the treasure chest is nowhere to be found?
Like I said, I've been on the fence, but I really don't think I don't think he did it deliberate to write a book, make some money. Um, I do believe he retrieved that treasure for one reason or another. Whether that was he knew he was dying to take it to a special spot with him, which kind of would add up to my last solve in Colorado. I believe it was a burial tree. Some things that I believe, and I'll dive into that here on an episode one day. But I was working on a burial tree from some things that I found that he donated to the Cody Museum, and that they were secret. You know, you couldn't view them. You could not view them. Only if Forrest would let you view them, he would let you view them.
So technically, you're saying in a roundabout way is that everybody that's done their search areas, okay, he died. Everybody needs to go double check their search area.
That is a possibility. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he could have retrieved the chest knowing he was going to pass away, and he needs to go and take his chest with him.
Maybe he got it. Maybe he did it before that. Maybe when he was feeling really good, but you know, he just needed some shit and money or whatever. Maybe he went.
That is another possibility. The price of gold was up. What? 60%?
And then he got really old, and then he's about to pass away or whatever. And he said, "God, I cannot leave my legacy just jacked up like this." How, buddy? I wish he had. I wish.
Right.
He's go on forever. And
so that means I need to check my spot again, right? Is that
yeah,
right?
you better go. Yeah, see, that's why I'm not telling my spot. Who knows? It could be there.
and that is plausible in my eyes. I do have that. You know, I just wish, you know, there's some things that I've studied on the man that are real contradictory in his life. And don't get me wrong, Fenn has done some amazing things, but remember, he also told us, you know, he's gonna lie to us a little bit. He stretches the truth, and I think he does. And so, man, I don't know. That's why we're all here, man. Get it all together and
Find out the truth.
Find out the brutal truth. Oh, wait a minute. This is Finding Fenn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can find some shit out tonight. So, what do you all think about? What do you all think about these other groups that just kick people out for their bullshit, for just contesting? What do you guys think about that?
Right there is what I got. That's all I got to say.
Why don't you just tell us what group we're kicked out of, and we'll talk to you about them?
Huh?
I mean, were you like personally kicked out of some groups?
Oh, I wasn't kicked out of shit. I don't worry about shit. I don't get kicked out of nothing because I own my own group.
Well, I haven't been kicked out either, but there are a lot of searchers that have been kicked out of groups. I won't name no names like K-Pro or nothing, but yeah, they, you know, if it doesn't go with their narrative, you're out, you know. So there's been a lot of searchers that's been kicked out for just trying to share their soul, and that's why I created this channel. Come on, share your soul. You know, this thing's over supposedly.
Fenn
come on out, tell me your soul.
Fenn created this for a reason, and there's a lot of really great positive things that have come from this over the years, and it's really fresh when you can escape the bullshit of everything that's going on and think about the modern day treasure hunt. That's one reason I trademarked the modern day treasure hunt, because it's not just Fenn stuff. There's a lot of things out there that people are chasing and stuff, but with Fenn's, it's just like magic. And magic. And I'm just really proud that you guys can get together and you can keep it alive and you can think about it and you can kind of escape a lot of the stuff that's going on. I think it's good. I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
Ooh, we appreciate that.
Hey, Barbara's saying something. Barbara's the one in the lawsuit right now. Okay.
Barbara Anderson, go ahead.
She's on the chat. She's saying, look at Dale's site in discussion. And Finder's coming out with more shit.
Today?
Yeah, that's what I don't know if she did today or what. She's saying, look, see discussions on Dale's site.
Down, Nigel.
Yeah, well, I don't trust Dale as far as I can fucking throw that pile of shit. So
I've sent an invitation to Dow and Toby Come on out, answer some questions. You know,
They won't come up.
they no response at all from Dow.
They
Totally.
will not. I've called them out so many times. They won't come out because they don't want to hear the truth.
Well, I did it a little more friendlier than you, Greg. I would say I'm not going to attack your ass.
Yeah, you do it professionally. I just do. Come on my fucking show. If you got some balls, come on.
Well, there is some truth to that. I was going to have maybe you or somebody else in the background do like a Jerry Springer segment and say, well, we got Greg that disagrees with this. Hey, you know, no. I have sent out invitations to him. Toby, respectfully, he declines. He doesn't want to talk no more Forrest Fenn stuff.
Well, no, that's what he claims. But you know what happened with the Toby thing? You never heard the whole story. Nobody's ever heard the whole story. What happened?
I haven't heard the whole story. I've heard lots. But
you want the real story of what happened to everybody that nobody
give us
ever
the brutal
heard?
truth.
Yes.
Truth. Listen to this shit. So one day I called Toby's phone line, and Joe and I were doing a thing to help a family that died from Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt. Okay. So we were talking to the neighbor, and we were doing this whole GoFundMe thing for the family. And I reached out to Toby and left him a message. He called me back. So Toby called me back. So this is the first time anybody's ever heard this whole story. So you got this on your show for the first time. So he calls me back, and he's like, yeah, you know, and I've seen your show and all this and that. I said, yeah, it's a show. It's a show. Exactly. It's a show. But I also want to find out the truth. And I was telling him, I said, we're going to do a GoFundMe, you know, for him and everything. And we were going to do it for his family and everything. He's like, that's good. That's good. He's like, well, when you get all the information together, send me an email. So I sent him a fucking email after I get everything together. No fucking response. I sent him another fucking email. I said, you going to help us with this GoFundMe account? Still no email. Then I call him, leave him a message. He don't call me fucking back. And then after all the shit in my show and everything, he has the nerve to say I'm going to punch some of these groups in my face, which meant me. You're going to come punch me. Come punch me. But you have the nerve to talk shit and not help people that died. And none of these groups have helped anybody that's died. We were the only group in this whole world that helped people when they died. And then on top of it, he goes and runs his mouth. And then I said, screw this shit. I'm going to go live while he's live. I'm going to fuck with this. You want to play some games? Let's play some games. And then he's going to sit there and act like, you know what I mean? Like he cares for the treasures, like the searchers. He doesn't care for the searchers. He never has. Because if he did, he would have stepped up. It doesn't matter if somebody died over stupidity or not. It doesn't matter. Because you got to remember, when people think there's $1 million, $2 million, or $5 million, or $10 million on the line, you're going to do stupid shit. It's just human nature. It just happens. You just do it. You don't care. You're not listening to anybody but yourself. You read the book. You're going for that treasure hunt. You're thinking millions of dollars are at stake. You're going to find. You don't care if you're fucking digging your own grave. You don't give a shit.
Right. And when you're boots on the ground, and man, I've been there. And you think, man, God, it's right here. It's right here. So you get that narrow path. So, I mean, I get it.
Right. And it's all tunnel vision. And this guy couldn't help somebody that family died. This wife was losing her house and losing everything. And we were the only group to step up. And what he do? He fucking ignored everything. So I called him out on this bullshit. And then he's going to sit there and talk shit when you have Cynthia over here fucking naked, showing her fucking tits and pussy all over the goddamn fucking internet. Well, hey, I mean, fuck. Maybe I should just put my dick out there for fucking the treasure hunt. I mean, come on. Maybe I should put a star by it. I mean, come on. It just makes me laugh. I mean, you're gonna promote this shit, but you're not gonna promote something to support families. I mean, it's just not right. I mean, that's just how I always looked at it. I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
am I wrong or right?
I understand the makeup now. I mean, I get it.
Nice. What kind of dog you got there, Dan?
Yeah, that's Jax. Yeah, it's one of, I've got a couple of these guys. This is little Jax. We like him. He's cool. And then I've got another one named Louie, and he's cool. I like him. I didn't, I've got a big 100-pound Mastiff dog that he's my dog, but I like these little guys. They're just really my friends. And my son just started bringing them around about a year ago and said, "Here, Dad, you need these?" And Mom, and no, we don't need dogs. We don't need any more. Hell, I mean, we've got like 4 or 5 dogs running around here. We've got plenty of dogs, but we live on top of a mountain. So, there's plenty of room for them and whatever. But yeah, this is Jax. Yeah. We like Jax. Beth Chapman helped name him. I did a big thing on social media about what to name this little dog. He was so cute when he was little, and Jax, J-A, X was the one. So Beth Chapman, she passed away, but she thought that was a great name, and so we named it, and there you go. Anyway,
so we find a new article yet that Barbara's talking about yet on there in Dale?
I haven't seen anything.
So we can post it up and see what they're talking about. Barbara's talking about.
Hey Dale, I need to get back to some of the stuff I was doing. How long do you guys usually have this meeting? How long does that usually go?
We just kind of let it roll out. Sometimes they, go for a couple hours. I do mine once a week. Greg does one once a week, but he'll, maybe do 2 a week or 3 or whatever he feels. So
whatever.
You come back anytime you feel, man. Anytime you.
Hey, I would like.
Chat it up with us.
I would like that. You keep me in the loop, and I'd love to come join sometime. And maybe we'll get old Renee from Bargain Hunters. He's
nice.
always on the trail for something, and he's always selling like a $25,000. The other day he had a $25,000 comic book. I found him a buyer that went and bought it from him. $25,000 for one book. I can't believe it.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Renee.
You remember
the other guy?
Right, exactly. But so anyway, Dale, I'm probably going to go now, but I would like to come back anytime and talk with you guys if it's cool.
Cool, man. Hey, we appreciate you dropping by. Dave.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Dan.
Thanks,
Dan.
Nice
meeting you. Good luck with everything. Great to meet you, man. And I'm looking forward to talking again. Okay.
Thanks for dropping in.
You bet. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Later. All right. I haven't seen anything on here yet, Greg. Have you? Let's see.
Well, Barbara's saying, look at Levy's discussion or something. A new scrapbook article, she said. Barbara said.
Scrapbook?
Yeah, she said scrapbook articles.
I'll check it out too.
See what they got. Hey, Barbara, send us a link in here.
Thanks for being patient with us, Jim. We'll get back to your solve.
Oh, no hurry. No hurry. We don't even have to get back to it. So.
But no, you don't want to give up.
No, that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
He's keeping it all secret and shit.
Hey, Greg, I will say this. My Homa Brown doesn't. You can't see it anymore.
See it?
Not anymore. You used to be able to see it.
So my Homa Brown was like compound, mixture, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember Homa Brown was gravy when he was,
right.
And mixing gravy. Compound is a restaurant. Compound is a mixture of brown. And then you have compound, and then you have Homa Brown that are in different sections of the whole area that intertwine to that, like Geronimo and everything else. That was just it was many things connected as one. Because he always said, what did he say? Like the environment would change, like things would change over time. But even if you got rid of one, there was still something there to connect the dots. That's why, like where my helicopter was, there's 3 to 5 different things that connect Homa Brown all into one location. And then also my Homer Brown though, not even the Homer Brown. Like if you took the page, like he always said, all you need was the poem, correct?
Right.
He never said you needed a flashlight to flash it through the back of the page. He never said you needed the whole page to find the location. If you take your flashlight and put it behind there, you're going to see the dot of where the location was.
Nice. Hey,
It's-
I even.
Here we go.
But it's funny you say that. I took a microscope.
Yeah, take a microscope and a flashlight to it all.
And I put different colored lenses on there, and there's a pattern in here.
There's a pattern in every color. Every image has a pattern to the location.
I'm on page like 12 here, but you can tell there's something back here behind. You can't really see it on camera.
Just take the poem. Just the poem.
Right, and just the poem page. Right.
He never said it was the back or the front. He just said the poem.
That's a pretty good. I touched on that a little too in my solve.
He never said,
it
wasn't the back of the page or the front of the page. He said take the poem, and he never said animals were real. Correct?
Animals are real?
Yeah, he never said animals are real. I'm giving you some of my hints of my talk.
Oh, okay.
He never said in any interview that the animals were real. He just said, I seen animals. Remember, this is a good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
He never said animals were real.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It could have been statues. It could have been a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes you think outside the box.
Right.
Let's all think outside the box.
And that's my main thing of having this discussion too. It gives you, and I know there's so many searchers that wanted to say, hey, look what I found over here, but they didn't want to give it out yet. They've got something, everybody's got something in their pocket that they've noticed. And, we gave hints out there, but we hadn't wanted to, show it.
Barbara, give us a link or no?
I haven't seen the link. I'm on the latest scrapbook here, I think, but this was posted October 9th.
I looked myself. I couldn't find anything. I'll look again.
But you understand what I'm saying? When I read the book,
I'll have to get off here and really read when I get off and check it out. We'll check it out, Barbara.
I've always
going down.
I've always went off the lights behind the pictures and imagination of kids. You know what I mean? That's how I read the book. I went off of how kids would have thought. You know what I mean? Because he only made what, 500 copies or 1,000? He didn't.
1,000 at first, yeah.
1,000 at first. So think about that. And in the newspaper, it never said Rocky Mountains. If you planned this for 8 years, you would have said Rocky Mountains.
Right.
And then on top of it, in one of the newspaper articles, he said northern of Santa Fe. In one of his newspaper articles.
Northern or north?
He just said northern. He
he didn't say north. Okay.
Yeah, he just said northern of Santa Fe.
Right. Even on the treasure page, somewhere north of Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's all he says. He never ever said Rocky Mountains. If he did this whole thing for 8 years, he would have said the Rocky Mountains. And that was my whole philosophy of like going into this whole thing when I did it. I was walking through fucking fucking buffalo shit and cow shit when I first saw it. I was literally like, this guy, like, I'm gonna tell you, the people laugh at me every time I tell my first story. Like, they were laughing at me. Like, I was looking at images on fucking Google Map. Like, I seen a fucking pot of gold, a rainbow. I seen all kinds of shit. I'll show you exactly where I'm at. I'll show you where I was at. Let's see.
Hey, I was kind of like doing a Ben Gorman. I seen this rock formation one time.
My first area. Well, I was on 111 Street, which he always talks about 3. He always says, when he says few means 3.
Right.
to me, because he even said in one interview, when the guy said few, he says, no, you mean 4 or more. He says, no. And that made me think of 3. He's talking about 3 all the time. And he always talks about 3 in his book, if you think about it. It's always in 3s.
Well, if you look on the cover of The Thrill and the Chase, oops, you see it?
Yeah, back that way. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's 3 things, 3
Right.
pictures and a gold.
He always talks about 3. It's 3. It's 3 all the time.
And then there's the 3 marbles. Yeah.
Yep, 3 marbles, everything. That's what that's what led me to Santa Fe. That's what brought me to Santa Fe with teacup. You have the teacup place there. You have horses, statues. That's why I always said, when he said animals, they weren't real. They were statues. They were just things to bring them back to the past, to the future. That was just my concept of everything.
Here's something that I was kind of on to, going back to the T.S. Eliot. Forrest Fenn always said, the first clue was warm waters halt. But then he would say, but you got to know where to start. And everybody keeps saying, well, you got to start at the first clue. Well, knowing where to start. That's where I thought, here our feast was, or this stanza, last stanza, go in peace. I think that's the end right there. I think our beginning is, so why is it I must go? I think these last 2 stanzas are riddles. This is your riddles, maybe even onto the first part where it rolls around. And I think it starts at, so why is it I must go and leave my troth to
Okay,
peace?
so now I got next
And then
question. So
now it starts from so, and then it stops.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So now do this. Go to the picture when Skippy left him on the side of the road.
Skippy, I've been there, by the way. I got photos of that too.
Hey, skip to my loot.
Skip to my loot. Yeah, but my wife left me on the side of the fucking road.
Did you have to start over?
She wasn't digging the Fenn chase like I was, and it's real desolate country out there.
Is that why you're out in your RV? Did she kick you
that's why
out?
I'm in the RV.
You're stuck in a goddamn RV, dude. You ain't going nowhere.
No, if I'd have done it in the house, y'all would have seen all my 100 kids running around trying to interview or trying to interrupt. All right, Skippy.
All right,
It's going to be page.
Now watch this shit. Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something. You're gonna sit your pants.
I used to have that page marked too for a reason. Where the hell is that page? Let's see. There we go.
All right. So read what it says about sometimes you have to step back and begin again. Remember?
Looking back now, or after this?
Yeah, looking back now, how sometimes you have to start over to begin over again. Remember?
That just talks about him dying.
You can read it out loud.
Well, I'm trying to find exactly the place.
Are you on 57?
To be on 57, right?
Yeah.
Well, while you're looking, the very last sentence, it says we should have buried him standing up. That standing up ties in with my theme, the whole plate stand.
It tied in with my last stalls too. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
So what's it say in the paragraph?
I'm still trying to figure out where you're the last paragraph where it talks about him bribing the 2 Mexican officials?
No, where he's talking about when Skippy left him on the side of the road, remember, by himself?
Oh, that'd be on 56. Then this is where, because that last part's where it talks about him.
Yeah, read where he left him by himself, and then what he says. So what's it say?
Just talking about when he was in Shoshone, between Shoshone and Casper, they come to some slight misunderstanding.
Right.
And I told him just to stop the dumb car and let me out. To my utter amazement, he did. And then he drove away.
Right.
Okay. I'm still looking for that part you're talking about.
Keep going. Keep reading.
Okay. It was a long straight road stretch. I feel like I'm in class. I think got me all nervous on the spot.
You want to know something myself? I mean, I'm telling you myself. I'm telling you.
I'm not James Earl Jones. Hey, we ought to get James Earl Jones to read the book of Fenn on audio. And he could be like,
you said you want to know something
in
myself,
Wyoming.
right? You said you want to know something myself, so I'm telling you.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
we're working on it. I watched him putt away over a distant hill and disappeared while I just stood there.
Correct.
Look at my face. It seemed that I had to become to myself. Okay, I had no money, no coat, no shoes.
Correct.
I remember sitting down beside the road about an hour to consider a lot in my life and ponder if anything was left for my future. No cars passed. It was getting cold, so I started walking on the paved road.
Right there. Right there.
Right.
Pavement,
okay.
on the pavement.
Started walking on the paved road in my socks.
After
another hour or so, off in the far distance, I saw Skippy come back for me.
Correct.
I didn't think he would, and neither of us said a word. I just crawled in and we drove away. I loved him forever after that. We never fought again. Sometimes it's good just to slam the door on a relationship and start over
again. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
I got you.
That's the part you were looking for.
The pavement and start over again. Okay, now look at that picture. You see that picture?
See the picture.
See the picture? I'm going to show you some. All right, see the picture of where he's on the side of the road?
Yep.
All right, so you guys see, I'm going to show myself a little bit. See the house? You see my mouse, right?
Yeah.
All right. See this? Right here? Follow my mouse? The helicopter.
Okay.
It's a helicopter.
Oh, that's the frame of the helicopter?
That's the frame of the helicopter. Right here is the beginning where Skippy left him on the side of the road, right here. And watch, I'm going to show you something. I'll do some shit for you guys. Yeah, keep that picture open. Watch this picture when Skippy left him on the side of the road, right? You see the wagon? You see the wagon from the distance, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully this will work fast enough. I don't know if it will. Because sometimes this is slow as shit. All right, so here we go. All right. This is the beginning of everything in my solve. All righty?
That was Forrest's house over there to the right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what?
That's where you're leading us to, huh?
And Mondre means canal. Same as the buffalo when he was in the canal.
Okay.
Madre means mother of canal.
Okay.
All right. So we're going all the way down.
Is that your truck off to the right there?
No, not yet.
No?
I got to see. So I don't know. This thing's taking forever. I don't know why it's taking forever. And I guarantee it's right here. See? Now the beginning starts right here. Look, you got the bird from the book right there. See the bird?
Yeah, I see the bird. Yep.
Yeah.
Can you see it again? Right there?
Yep. We can see it.
And you see the omega sign?
I can't read it very well on my end, but we'll trust you that it's Omega.
There's Forrest.
You see it
He's
now?
on the
is.
sidewalk.
You see the
I see it
omega
now.
sign now?
Yeah.
See it now.
Okay, now do you see in the picture? Do you see the wagon? Remember the wagon you already
Yep.
seen?
Yep. We got the wagon.
Okay, you got the wagon, right? All the way at the end? I'm gonna show you a wagon that's been sitting there for over 10 years. This is from the beginning, from the omega symbol and the bird.
Is this the first time you've ever done this?
Well, on this, like this, yeah.
Breaking
Okay.
news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Yeah.
All right. So, and now if you take his pant leg will outline this whole area too. So I won't get into that, how it outlines everything. So if I go down here, all right, I'm gonna go down here. This fucking thing is slower than shit. Is that my computer or do I need to close out? Let me close out YouTube. Let me just keep going. Maybe that'll be faster. All right, so remember the eye? Because there are 2 to 3 eyes in this whole location. It's been here 10 years. What do you see here?
Is that the eye in a statue?
Yeah, eye in a statue right there. That's an eye. If I make it,
If you turn it a different direction, you can see the eye better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are those made out of bronze?
This thing is slow as shit. What's that match right there to your right tree in your picture? In your picture.
On page 57? On page 57?
57?
Yeah. Look at your picture closely.
I'm not seeing it.
You don't see the eye under the tree? Under the tree to the right when he's walking up the path?
On this right of
Talking
it, right
about,
here?
I see the
Right
little,
side.
I see it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now let's watch this. I'm gonna even show you some other shit. Remember the wagon I told you? The wagon's from a distance, right? This wagon's been there for over 10 years, sitting here on this corner lot right here at this hotel.
Behind that little monument, was that a river or?
Remember when he said he had to bribe 2 Mexicans, right?
Yeah.
Remember? What if I was bribing 2 Mexicans, okay? What would that mean Mexican right there?
What's it say? Can't see it.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time making it out too. I see an A.
Oh, no, oh. Let me get closer. Breaking news, everybody. Here's Greg's
Breaking
dog.
Now, behind that monument back there, that was like a little bridge. Was that a creek back there?
That's Santa Fe River.
That's the Santa Fe River. Okay.
Okay, so now look. That wagon's been there for fucking over 10 years right there, sitting in that fucking little thing right there.
Oh, yeah, you can,
Oh, nice.
can barely see it. Yeah, it's in the
Barely
shade.
see it.
Yeah, yeah,
Sitting there for 10 years, over 10 years.
yeah.
So what did the sign say?
Well,
The sign. Did you say it said something in Spanish?
yeah. Hold on. I'll go back.
How did you determine, did you ask about how long it had been sitting there?
No, you do Google search. You go
That's
back,
what I was going to ask you. Did
Yeah,
you go
you
back
do
10 years? Yeah.
Yeah, you do a street view for 10 years back.
Yeah.
So right there's the name of where that inn is, that hotel. It's been there for over 10 years.
So, Greg, did you have one solved? Is this the one you've been working on the most, or have you had others?
I had one solved prior to this, but I changed it up after I found out that I found a picture of teacup and all kinds of in Santa Fe and stuff like that match up to this.
Nice.
So now, if I took you down, so let's. How can I do this? So let's go back to satellite view. All right. So that's the beginning of everything to me.
Okay.
I'm going to do satellite.
Yeah, I was curious to see where it was at in Santa Fe.
Well, I'm going to show you exactly where it was at, where my location was, and the woman was completely. I can't remember the whole story. I didn't read it. She was either deaf, or she was losing her hearing or something, just like Forrest. Okay, this woman that owned this property. Okay, so you see the helicopter, right? You see it?
Yeah.
All right, so. Now I want you to stay on that same page that when Skippy left them, right? Okay.
Right, we're there.
Okay, so I'm going to show you some other shit. So now you might not take this, but you have to take this in a certain kind of way when you look at it at certain maps. Do you see this whole area here?
Yes.
If you look at it in a different perspective and in different maps, it's a tie of his father. Remember the tie he always knots up?
Yeah, the tie, yep.
The tie.
Yeah.
That's his tie from his father. And it's called compound, which is right here next door. Okay?
Can you zoom back? I just want to see where the downtown is, kind of to orient myself.
That good?
I'm trying to say, okay, yeah, I see. I know where, okay, yeah. I see, I kind of know now.
All right, so,
yeah,
so I took the tie when his father had his tie all the time, okay?
Yeah, that's towards the end.
That's his tie here. And if you take your light and you put it behind the poem, you're gonna see a gold coin that pinpoints right to this location right here, where it's located. If you take a light and you put it, see this area right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the treasure chest was, right here. See the X marks the spot? See the flame here from the jet?
Oh,
That's where it's at. Now, if you want to get technical, look at that picture that you're looking at right now, where he's walking. Isn't there 3 hoops by his W? Right here, look. 3 hoops.
I lost it.
You remember the circles around the kids? They're right here. These are the circles of the kids right here. He said the clues will help you, but they won't get you to the treasure from the book because you had to go farther up to go up here. You want to know my location?
Yeah.
My location.
I bet you got the treasure chest right in the closet right behind you.
But look, I'm telling you, look at his feet. He always shows 3 hoops. 3 hoops. And then he's got a hook. There's a hook right here. It won't zoom in. If it zooms in, it'll be good. But
Yeah.
it zooms better on a phone for this. Okay. Right here, there's a hook. Right by his right foot, walking up that path, there's the hook.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I see the hook. Yeah.
But he always said, you will never, you know, the book will help you, but it won't lead you to it, you know? Because the whole thing is right here, above it, right in here.
I see the Canyon Road down there too. Did you have anything?
Well, Canyon Road, go down in
Yeah.
Canyon Road. That's Canyon Road.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. And then
So, Greg, after all of this other new information that's been out there, I'm going to rebut the question that you, or redirect it towards you. Do you think that this was all bullshit?
I think what happened was that he launched it and it got too big for him and too big for his britches, and he took it back a long time ago. And I think somebody was on to him, me or whoever was searching on that Friday that I was searching. I don't know what searchers were out there on Friday that I was searching the same day, because the same day I was there that I sent him pictures of that location.
You were there on the 5th? The 5th, right?
I was there the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th.
Oh, nice.
And he knew.
I was packed up. I was going the next week to spend all summer to find that trail. I was dedicating 2020 summer.
He knew for 2 months I was coming, even though he didn't respond to my emails. I know he scans his emails. He scans them all. He's that type of person. And I kept telling him, I see the helicopter. I see everything. I mean, you got everything that incorporated, because he said, this is a helicopter. I think maybe he formed like somebody made a good comment to me. He says, maybe he formed the memoir off of this. You know what I mean?
And then, hey, what about the one interview where he said, I can go after dinner and go check on the chest right now?
Oh, it's right there.
A lot of valid points. Hell yeah.
But then think about it. Remember when he said when he got pulled up from the helicopter, okay? Remember?
Right.
And they threw him in the back, remember?
Yeah.
They threw him in the back and he said, you're safe back here. That would be right there where that location is. In the
compound.
Compound. Yep.
Compound.
I mean, because then I want you to look at something else, because Mondre right here means ditch, means mother ditch. Okay. And if you look at one of the pictures, remember where they're doing the wood thing, him and his sister? See this outline where it looks like an arm pointing? Look at this outline. Take a flashlight, put it back there. It looks like the arm pointing too. And then if you go in another picture, you have this acre too, this whole thing. I don't even want to get started.
So was it on private property then? Obviously, probably private.
Yeah, it was on private property. It was her that I can't remember her name. Who owns it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you did the research on who owned it.
They did donations together. They were together.
Okay.
And then to say something like, "Oh, this is private property." I forgot what it said. It said some oddball shit on it. Something he would say. I can't remember what it said. But like, if you even like, hold on, you look at that. Let me get on. I'll be right back.
Did he say his phone?
What was that?
Oh, what did he say? I missed what he said.
Oh, I don't know. He had to go run and do something real quick.
Yeah.
So how about you? Did you have uh, one search that you were dedicated on, or did you have a couple different, or?
I actually started out in Montana. My first spot was Montana, and my very first trip, and then my first trip I abandoned it because it was just, I didn't really know a lot about it. I was just getting into it. And then my second spot in Montana, I was there for almost a year, and then the rest of the time I spent in Wyoming after that. Yeah.
All right, so you got breaking news.
Breaking news.
You're gonna have to get that little highlight breaking news thing.
Okay, so do you see this though too? This B right here, this B formed?
I see the B. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his buckle or brown. It can mean one or the other. Remember the buckle on him when he's climbing up the ladder from his helicopter?
Or a compound.
Or compound. See? Everything's all included in everything. That's why I think he went off of everything that was off of here from the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Because remember from the interview, he said he lucked out where the location was because everything intertwined, but there was a few things he had to make fit no matter what.
Now, just looking at that area, that's not too far from his house, correct?
Nope. Remember, he said 8.25 miles?
Right.
8.25 miles can mean from the border of Santa Fe down at the very bottom up, which means past his house, which means up here.
I always took 8.25 as 8.25. 8 clue points to 5 clue. I kind of had that.
Do
That's
what?
what you had going on. Okay.
Kind of like a little hint, hey, 8 clue point to 5 clue. 8 points to number 5 clue.
To the 5 clue. I gotcha. Yeah.
Right. So whatever the 8th clue was would point to the 5th clue.
Okay.
What do you mean? Explain that.
8 points to 5. So, 8.25.
Right.
8 points to 5. The 8th clue points to 5. So if you had 8th clue, you could verify it because it points to the 5th clue.
5th clue.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, compound is right here too. So you have 2 compounds. You have Geronimo down here at the end, over here at the left. You have 2 Geronimo statues. You have Omega sign here. And then here, down here, you have the church. Okay. And then you got another cross. And then you have 2 Omega systems combined right here in this area. If you go back to 2010, 2013, and you walk this whole thing, you're going to shit your pants. You're going to see a frog. You're going to see everything that connects to everything in this whole helicopter.
So was the Canyon Road the thing that kind of drew you to it originally?
Well, because the whole thing that drew me when he said animals, he never said animals were real. So this whole place is all statues and history.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. So it could have been right, like a statue of an elk.
Yeah, I said.
Okay.
So like remember when he always talked about Indie Girl? Remember
yeah.
Indy's right here. Indy's right here. He was playing a joke on everybody. Indy's right here. Project Tibet, right here. Here's Indy. Here's your Indie Girl.
Oh, Tibet. Okay, yeah, that's a gift shop.
Remember when he said what bird did he talk about in the email? He said some shit about a bird. What kind of bird did he talk about?
Let's see what.
He's talked about a sparrow. He's talked about a meadowlark.
The meadowlark, yeah.
Lark,
Yeah.
meadowlark.
Isn't that Wyoming's state bird too, meadowlark? Yeah.
But then it would also brought up the red flag. Remember when he did the second poem? Why is it all Mexican writing? New Mexico writing, and not in regular English.
Right.
I mean, you got to really think about stuff. That's just how I just came. So
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
so I walked all this. Okay, I did. I went through all these statues. I walked this whole town. What's right there? What's that?
A chicken?
It's
It looks like a
lark.
rooster.
The lark.
Or yeah, a lark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
See what I'm saying?
Duh.
And now, if you really want to get technical, if you look at one of the pictures, there's a shadow of a woman in here. That's in one of his pictures. This is the shit I came up with when I went through the pictures.
And
And you want to really watch this shit. You know that picture you're looking at where he's walking down the road? Do you see that? Do you see that brick off to the right on that picture?
oh, it's kind of fuzzy right now. I got to get back to that picture.
No, on the picture he's walking up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you some shit here. It might make you think a little bit. Watch this. It's right here. I believe it's right there. All right. Is it right here? Canyon. See, because he never said canyon is real. He never said canyon was a real canyon, correct?
Right.
No. No. Yeah.
That's how I incorporated it all. He never said it was real. He never ever said it was real. He never said animals were real, and he never said canyon was a real canyon. Now look at this right here. See where my mouse is? Look on your picture.
Hey, it even says locate here right there.
Look at.
Okay, here.
He even wrote it on the road.
Now look on that picture when he's walking down this path.
I'm gonna get a jackhammer and go out there and dig that up.
Look, this thing has been here for 10 years, and this
Yeah, there's going to be.
this thing hasn't fucking moved. This fucking thing hasn't moved. And look at the image on your picture. Why do I cut focus in? Look at that thing. That thing hasn't moved. Look on your picture now when he's walking down the path. When Skippy left him alone. Look at your picture.
Oh, I see. And you're saying it's the same
right.
shape. Yeah.
Yep. Look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There, you got some of myself. See, you know where.
But is that the final? Is that your final spot right there, Greg?
No, the final
No.
spot was that circle. Remember the circle?
I didn't know if we zoomed in on it. I didn't know if we were zoomed in on it. I don't know.
I was just showing you, like, look at the rock from the picture.
Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
in the picture.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yep, we see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you see it in the page?
Oh yeah, we seen it in the page. Yeah, well, you got the wagon in the background.
If you go across the street, this is the shit that I just came up. You know what I mean? That I just going after everything, looking at all the images, putting a flashlight behind all the images, everything. You'll see everything. And down here at the beginning here, like up here, there's a Spanish word that means treasure at the beginning of it.
Oh, really? On the
Nice.
side of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how I come up with my shit. Remember ice cream? There's your ice cream right there. Remember we talked about ice cream? It's ice cream. It's right there.
Yeah.
I told you, I can contest the best, man. I told you, my solve is some shit, man. Nobody ever argues about my solve. My shit, I mean, I'm on point. I I could make some shit. I mean, I'm telling you, and I didn't just come up with this shit either. Like, I mean, I literally, like, I went through
Spent lots of time there, huh? Yeah.
And then when he always says about bold letters, you know, when he says, you know, that first, what is it, Tanza 1 or what is it? Bold letters. He says something about bold letters.
Oh, with my treasures bold. Is that what
Yeah.
you're referring to?
It means OTA right there. See, that's the beginning. See, bold letters, OTA.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it.
OTA's been there for over 10 years.
Wow.
And then if you look at his pant leg, it says 6, right? There's a 6, right?
I see the 6, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
6, right? Look at the address, 600. WW in this second poem. He matches the W's with 2 zeros. That's 600 right there. Look, 600.
Yeah, that's right by my stop. That's right by my stop sign.
Above the stop sign, see it? 600, the address, 600.
Now, I thought you had a Yellowstone solved as well.
No, I never had it.
Like,
No, I
you
never
never had one there? Okay. I was mistaken. Okay.
Yeah, I never had the Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That's all Joe. Joe's got the Yellowstone. So
Well, I meant the West Yellowstone. I thought you were saying something about Border Street one time. I may be mistaken.
yeah,
It's been a long ride.
mine's always been in Santa Fe now, but my first one was in off of 111 Route 111, past the
Right.
hot springs and stuff. Oh my God, I was walking through shit and everything, dude. I mean, the buffalo and everything. Like I had to literally ask this guy, "Can I walk on your property?" He had tombstones on his property too.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Like I literally, can I walk? He's like, "Well, you're gonna give me half of the treasure if you find it, right?" I was like, "Hey, I'll split half of it with you. I don't give a shit." He's like, "Walk along." He says, "Just don't get near the buffalo." He says, "Just don't get close to him."
Jim, you got any boots on the ground tales? Anything cool?
Yeah, my second time out, well, the first time out I went with my son, but the second time I went out, I literally almost got struck by a rattlesnake. It could have struck me, but for some reason it didn't. It was just like inches away from me. And yeah,
Wow.
that was my, and then I had another time where I thought it was underneath the bridge, and there was fresh mountain lion tracks going underneath the bridge. And I'm like, holy crap, should I go underneath this bridge that I drove all these hours to get here, you know? So yeah, that was kind of my two kind of semi-scary experiences, but rattlesnakes were always in the back of my mind everywhere I went, you know, after just running into one, you know, second time. And I did see several snakes, you know, but
Right.
and I did end up seeing another rattlesnake, but it was further away from me. So did you guys have any, Greg, you probably didn't have any snake experiences probably.
No, but I heard about the boot thing. I didn't even know about the boots. Like I was telling people I was walking in water and I'm like, what the fuck, are you stupid? I didn't even know about boots that had snake protection.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was like my whole treasure. I was like, what are you talking about? I gotta worry about snakes biting my fucking ankles and shit?
Yeah. Well, I looked into, I never did get
little
any.
dogs, you know, like little fucking chow wow. Chows into fucking wiener dogs chowing, but I didn't expect, you know, everybody's like, no, you need boots if you're gonna walk through fucking New Mexico. I was like, oh no, I don't need no goddamn boots. I'm gonna fucking walk through the goddamn thing. You know, nothing about fucking snake fucking boots.
I took some of my family. We went on. We were on the Colorado, New Mexico border, and kind of little solve that I was first working on back in the day. We had a little Great Dane puppy we took with us. It was only supposed to be a 2-mile hike, you know, so we're going up there. I don't know, less than 50 feet. I see these cubs, and everybody else, you know, they're being loud, and chuckling, ha ha. And I knew that mama bear was around somewhere. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, I turned around. I said, get that goddamn dog on a leash now. What? I said, now. And we grabbed that dog. We walked around. And by the time we decided we come down the mountain, they didn't want to go back. So we walked 14 miles around the summit of that little mountain or hill or whatever you want to call it to get back to the vehicle. Just to stay away from those bears. Pretty crazy. I've seen some cool symbols out on back when I think I found the schoolhouse. There was a little hill above it, and this is kind of where I thought maybe a treasure may have been hidden. So we're going through, and I found it wasn't really a cave, but it was a carve out, and it had a marble threshold down on it to where you could sit and overlook the Twin Creeks. And then you got the Red Canyon Bluffs. You got all this green grass. You got the river that cuts through it, and you got you know, those red bluffs. And then you got the mountain ranges in the back. Very beautiful sight. And then there was this little Indian carve out. I don't know how old it was. I tried to take it to Lander down there, and Lander was the town. It was about 15 miles outside of Lander. And you know, show them what I found. And has anybody seen that symbol? It was just an Indian, you know, with the dancing uniform on that was carved in the rock, and actually said there was two eagles that was also carved, the name Two Eagles, but it was just a little threshold for somebody to sit and kind of, that was pretty neat. That's, man, I really thought back then, I know we've all been there, like, man, that's my spot. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, that was pretty exciting to, you know, picture old Forrest Fenn sitting on that threshold there. You got the Twin Creek just right there where he could literally throw his pole down. It'd have to go down a little bit, probably 200 feet, fish off of it. But yeah, just that view. It was pretty cool.
Everybody had fun though doing the trek. I mean, everybody had fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, no matter how it ended, I mean, it is bullshit how it ended. We all had fun.
Oh yeah.
We had a great time. I've met a lot of people. I've met you guys. I've met Joe. I've met Jason. I've met, you know, Bill. I've met a lot of people, and I gotta give them props. You know what I mean, for bringing people together, even if it was good or bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole thing at the end of the day is you did us wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I met a lot of people. It was great. You know what I mean? You did us wrong. And that's the end of the day. And you know,
how many of us thought that, you know, hey, when this ended, when you hear it, you say, okay, hey, it was found. Now we're going to get some answers. So we're sitting here thinking, hey, now we're going to know what all those little interviews meant. You know, did he mean something special in this interview, or was this bullshit over here? You know, we all thought that was going to come out, you know, and it's nothing. We got nothing.
It's not even. It's a good point, and it's the whole thing is it's kind of bullshit because the family could come forward and say who has the fucking treasure chest. They're not tied into him no more, and that's the whole thing that pisses me the fuck off and pisses off my group and everybody else, is because there is no excuse no more. This family should come forward and say who the fuck has the treasure chest, because they don't have no signed agreement with him. That was with Forrest.
Right.
And that's my whole thing. That's their loophole. And they're making excuses because I guaranteed Forrest fucking took it back. Either I got close or whoever got close on that Friday. All those searchers that were out there on Friday emailing him, sending him pictures. They got close. He fucking took it back. Or he knew somebody was getting close. It was already gone years ago. I really do now think sometimes in the back of my head, it was gone in 2013. It was taken back long ago. I don't believe it was set there. I believe it was set there for a couple years, 2-3 years. And then after that, he took it back because it got too big. And he didn't know what to fucking do no more. He just played the game.
Right.
It's just my opinion, you know what I mean? That's what I think he
Right.
did.
No.
I think he took it back
Absolutely.
7 years ago.
Mhm.
I really do. I think, you know, it got too big for him and he got involved in it, which he should have never got involved in. He should have stayed out of it. He should have never got involved in anything. In this whole like Dale site, bringing up articles and stuff like that, Forrest always said, if it doesn't come from him, it's not true. Well, him sending emails to Dale is not true. That's how I look at it.
Mhm.
His little scrapbooks didn't mean shit to me. I never read the scrapbooks. I never got into the scrapbooks because
Now,
he
did
always
either one
said,
of you get a response from Finn? Did you guys email him and actually get a response back? Either one of you?
Twice I did, but it was nothing. Like I tried to schedule a call with him, and he said he wasn't available. And then I wished him happy birthday, and he said, "Thanks, Jim." But I
Was
tried
that
to get. Yeah.
what year was that? Was that here later years or early on?
It was a night. Both of them, I think, were in 19, probably.
I can.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? Did you get a response?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got. I think I got one response over the years. You know, and I never really pieced information to him. I would ask some questions, but he, you know, he wouldn't answer them like he has answered some. I always felt that was kind of odd.
Mhm.
I felt that was odd. Maybe he just didn't like me. Maybe he thought I was an asshole. But
See, like when K-Pro came out with "Can you dip your toe in it?" There's a statue. There's a statue down from the helicopter, below the helicopter, right
Uh-huh.
under
oh really?
the helicopter, where a woman is dipping her toe.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's why everything he said, it was only what he said to me that pictured everything combining on the whole Canyon Road.
I always thought he said that to fuck with her. You know, can you dip your toe in your warm water salt? You know,
Oh, statue.
just to fuck with her.
Statue of a woman dipping her toe in it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
But that's how I incorporate it. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I
Right.
see it and I looked at it and I went through pictures and I went through everything on Canyon Road. I've seen.
Yeah, you hear that? It's like a holy shit moment. You're like, what?
Yeah. I was like, I got this motherfucker. I got this.
Right.
I'm gonna get this motherfucker. And I sent
Right.
this motherfucker for 3 months. Fucking pictures. I said, nice helicopter. I was like, nice Robert. You know what I mean? I was like, nice, nice Omega symbols. Nice frog. I was like sending him shit. He didn't respond. And then I
Not once,
found in there. Everybody thought I did find it. It was some funny shit. I was getting thousands of emails.
I bet it's in that closet behind you.
Yeah, it might be. Everybody still thinks I still have the fucking treasure chest. Everybody thinks I am the finder because I would end all the groups of all the groups.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that, like, if Forrest Fenn family came out and said Greg is the finder, I would end all the groups. Okay, we'd be all ended. They'd be done. There'd be nothing left of them.
Jim, if you was the finder, would you come out and say I was the finder and say, here's my soul?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think the majority of us would. Now you hear a lot of lawsuits, this and that. But I really don't think lawsuits, if you had your soul airtight, and ended up copywriting it, writing a book, whatever, I really don't think lawsuits would hold up. I feel I would,
Yeah.
that I don't feel the money was in the treasure. The money was in the soul to me.
Yeah, and the whole story, exactly. Yeah.
The whole story.
Think the finder would have came forward.
Yeah, a true finder, I believe. Yeah, I just, especially, a millennial. Think about that. A millennial. They're, I could understand like my dad's generation. They're more secretive about things. He don't care about new vehicles and stuff. But man, he's got a lot of money that he stacks away. He don't care. He don't want people to know that he's got money. But a younger generation, it's more of a flashier, hey, look at me,
Mhm.
you know. Yeah, just kind of my thought on that.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
The
Somebody-
whole thing is, this millennium shit, and he wants to pay for college. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
It sounds a little far-fetched. Yeah, I do agree.
I mean,
Now, there's a lot of people that don't. They believe there's a finder, and I I got into it with one of them on a chat one time, which I normally I don't do those. It's just here this last part. I took part of it because I want answers too, and I want to help try to get answers as much as I can as well. But I had somebody, I forget what we were talking about, and he's like, "Oh, I'm happy with the way things ended." I said, "Okay, well, if you're happy with the way things ended, then why are you still here, just causing trouble, more or less? We're looking for answers. If you're happy with it, move on down the road. We're trying to find the answer."
and that's the whole thing. I mean, people. This whole article, I believe the whole article is bullshit. I believe this whole article.
100%.
I believe this whole article because if you were selling it to fucking pay for college, you don't give a shit about anything else. You would tell everybody, well, hey, this is how I found it. This is how you wouldn't care.
Yeah. You want to try to get as much money as possible at his age.
Right. You wouldn't give a shit. Even if you didn't want to, and then you'd sit there and say a blaze is fake. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, to literally sit there and say a blaze is fake is like, I don't even know what to say to that fucking thing.
Fake blaze.
And then people will sit there and say, well, the finder ain't coming out because all these people are against him. Well, you know what, finder? Get the fuck out here and prove us all wrong. I mean, come on. Because the more
Jim,
you're not talking, the worse you look.
Yeah.
Because it's giving them more time to get their stories together. And I've told Joe this, and I've told many of my people in my group, we are giving them more time to get their story together and make bullshit stories. So what's going to happen? I even said before, what could happen is they're going to pay somebody or do a non-disclosure agreement and have somebody come out and say they're the finder. And he's going to never be able to say that he's really not the finder, but he's just going to put the facts together. They're going to make, hey, this is a story you need to tell everybody so we can end this. And that's what they're doing because we're giving them more time to get a bullshit story together. And that's what's going on. It's just going to be a more bullshit story because it was a bullshit story from the beginning. Canopy stars under canopy stars. What? Get the fuck out of here. That's how you're going to fucking write somebody after fucking hundreds of thousands of people went on your fucking search and you can give me one little fucking paragraph? Get the fuck out of here. That's just hiding. I mean, I'm right or wrong. I mean, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I mean, it's just
Right.
I mean, and then they can come out with these bullshit fucking pictures that have been photoshopped. I mean, come on. Just send us a fucking real picture. Don't fucking beat around it. You know this shit's all fucking. He could have made those pictures fucking years ago.
Yeah.
It's just all everything it's been going on is just bullshit. Everything's just been bullshit after bullshit. And
Jim, your video, is it that's a YouTube link you sent me. Do you got one that's downloadable? Because I'll have to download it.
No, but that's okay.
Okay,
that's all right.
I'm gonna post a link with this video in the comments, and they can watch it. So if you want to,
that's fine.
Set it up for them.
Perfect.
They can go on and watch that video from there. So that's what we'll do.
That's fine.
Yeah, some crazy things, and I want all searchers to be comfortable and come on, if they feel like they're comfortable enough to share their solve, you're more than welcome to come here. It doesn't it doesn't matter. Your solve is your solve. We've all said it a million times. I feel it's like, your baby. You've worked on it for so many years. Nobody can take that away from you. That's how I feel about that. And right now, we don't know. It would be foolish for me to say, hey, you're wrong and I'm right. That's foolish of me to say that. Just in my eyes. You guys may feel different, but that's just kind of how I look at it.
No, that's good.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the show, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate both of you guys. Jim, you want to set your video up before we go? Tell them, kind of what it's about. And hey, I want to thank all you guys for tuning in and listening to what we had to say this evening. Like to thank Dan Dotson, man. He's a pretty cool cat. Storage Wars is treasure, believe it or not, guys. It really is. That's another method of hunting treasure. So he'll be back on. He likes, and maybe we'll have some other, or we will have some other special guests out there as well. And Jim, Greg, you're always welcome to come on too. Chat it up with us. We'll get down to the brutal truth and finding Finn at the same time.
Yeah. And then we got some more shit coming though, guys, for searchers. So we got a lot more coming for
right.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna team up as a group. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I am down with getting with people like Dan. Okay, and I've got some other money backers because I've talked to you about this, Greg. 30,000 is what I felt comfortable with of my own cash throwing out there for doing a treasure. I really did, and I'm going to replicate that. Actually, I am replicating it. There's a place up in.
Hold on to your thing because we got something that's going to help.
He said, "Hold on." Okay, yeah. Well, I'm actually, I'm replicating that tip for A.
Yeah, but hold on because there's something I could help you out with that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So if we're
Cool.
because
we'll collaborate on it, man.
Yeah, we'll collaborate on that. Hold on to everything. Hold back until we talk. We'll talk. You know what I mean? Because I want you to come aboard and be a board member on one of our groups.
Absolutely, man. I'm all for it. I'm all for the truth. You know what I mean? No bullshit. You're the same way.
Yeah.
You're a little vulgar than I. Not really. I just do it in front of the camera. I'm a lot nicer. Ask my wife. Be like, yeah, you.
I'm vulgar when I got my face painted.
He's got the finger came out behind, baby.
But, I mean, 2021, we're going to make this fucking phenomenal because you got to remember, because now we're going to team up with Jelly Belly too. We're going to team up with a lot of other people that are going to sponsor us.
Nice. So, hey, I do want to give a shout out to the great, I told him I'd do it last time. I forgot. The great U.S. Treasure Hunt. He's launching a book on the 13th. I've pre-ordered it. It's like $7, maybe $8. They're only 10,000. There's 4 of them, different parts of the United States. You guys check that thing out. I'm going to be a part of it too. I'm going to not hiding or anything. I'm going to try to solve some of the clues because, man, this is in my blood. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So, and I think it's all in our blood now. Even if you're a first-time treasure hunter, it gets in your blood, and you want more. You want more of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jim, set up your video, bud.
Set up your video.
Oh! I thought you mean with the link, or just talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. Talk about it a little bit, and I'll share the link in the comments.
Oh yeah. Kind of like I showed you in the beginning.
I'm going to do a shot for Greg since he didn't say I'd drink on the show tonight.
Do a shot. Yeah.
That Crown Royal right there.
Yeah. The name of it. Of the video is you just type in course Forrest Fenn and you stake the stop. That's the title of it. So check it out. And one thing I wished I would have done is made it some of the frames in it a little longer. So if you see something you like on it, pause it and read it because it's a little fast.
Okay.
I was better at searching for treasures than I was actually making videos.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too.
Not a very good video maker. Yeah.
Hey, I just wing the shit. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've come to find out, if you try to go and have I've noticed this when I was performing years ago. If you try to go in and have a professional hard nuts show, you get serious about it, you lose the fun of it, so it's serious.
Yeah.
Everything's got to go right, or I'm all stressed out, man. But open like this, yeah, man, that's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. On the fly, baby.
Wing, Jim, just let it wing. Just
let her fly.
Let it fly.
Cool. Greg, when's your next show?
I don't know. I won't be able to do Sunday because I'm going out on a date Sunday. So I got a date. Oh, yeah, I got a date. I don't know. These women fucking go out with me. They fucking think I have like all this money, which I do, but shit.
Well, you got the treasure back there.
It
ain't one of your recent guests, is it?
I think I scare them. I'm
joking.
Scare all these women. I think I scare all of them, man. I get out there and they're like, "What the fuck you do? I do this and I do that. What the fuck is that?" And then they look at my show and they're like, "Dude, I can't take you home to my mom."
You need to wear the stinger out on a date one time. Go as Greg and then go as the stinger.
My face up. I mean,
this is all of me.
No, I'm going to do this when I go to Santa Fe. Trust me, my face is going to be painted when I go to fucking Santa Fe next.
Oh, hell yeah.
Watch the shit that happens when I go to Santa Fe. I did too much shit's going on in Santa Fe right now. I can't go down there.
Well, when you first start dating, you never meet that real person anyway. You're always meeting their representative, It's all me, nice and nice. And then 6 months later, you get to really meet the real person that's running around in their underwear in the house.
Farting in your face.
Farting, yeah. Yeah, when you're first dating, you'll go 10 miles down the road to go shit at the store, but
yeah, you go to the outlet. You'll be like, "Okay, I'm going down the street. I'll be back. Hey, you want any fucking gums? Some jelly beans?"
6 months later, you invite them in. Hey, honey, come look at this, baby.
I didn't see my ass today. I'm sorry, Dave.
Well, cool.
It just, I tell you, the dating world now and these fucking millennials, man, it's fucking ruined. It's ruined.
And I'd never make it now. Back in the day, I waited so late to get married, and that was probably a good thing. But yeah, I don't think I could do the dating thing no more.
It's overrated, man. It's like a fucking credit report in an interview, dude.
Yeah.
So is this lady, was she a searcher?
No, I've never met a searcher for fucking. Yeah, I've never met a searcher. I always, you know what I mean? I do my own shit.
Oh, I thought you said it was a guest on your last show.
No, I didn't do that. No, I ain't doing
You didn't get that a while ago. I was joking.
Candy couldn't handle me. Candy fucking couldn't handle me.
Good time.
She probably don't even wear thongs, so that's out the door already if she ain't wearing thongs. I'm sorry, I don't like a fully shaped woman. I'm not fucking a 13-year-old.
Woo!
Ooh, did I say that out loud?
Oh, you never know what's going to happen on these live shows.
Yeah,
I better get another hit of whiskey.
I'll tell you one thing: this dating scene is overrated nowadays. It really is. It's pathetic.
All online now, ain't it? You can go through the little Tinder apps or whatever.
Like I got like 5 dating apps on my phone. Like the fucking messages keep coming in. And I'm like, girl, dude, I ain't sending you no fucking money. I did like one of these women, like someone say like, hey, send me some money. I'm in college. I have no money. Girl, I haven't even met you yet, bitch. Why am I gonna send you money? I mean, that's how fucked up it is now on these dating sites. It's fucked up. Wow. It really is. Because you can't do it too much during COVID. Nobody wants to go out no more. Nobody wants to do shit. But yet they'll go on these dating sites, say, oh, let's all meet up. Meet up? You ain't meeting up. You just want money. I'll tell you, it's sad. It's sad. This whole, I don't remember it 20 years ago. I'm 44 and I don't remember this fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's crazy. This whole shit. I mean, that's why I'm just involving myself in treasure hunt. I'm going to have fun. And like I say, it's bigger than me now. It's not about me no more. And that's why I tell the group and I tell all my members and everything, it's bigger than me. It's not about me no more.
Right. You're helping them look for that truth, man.
And I want to. And I want to help. I want to find out the truth. And we might never find the truth. You know what I mean? But if we keep poking the bear long enough, the bear is going to fucking snap.
Right. Yeah, that is true.
And it takes a lot of people to do that. It's just not one person. It takes many people. You got to keep poking that fucking bear. Keep poking and poking and poking until somebody fucking gives. Somebody's going to break.
It's going to break one day. Yeah, I believe that.
Somebody's going to get sick of hearing it or sick of them fucking putting their family down or sick of something's going to happen where it's going to break.
Yeah.
Dale, I don't fucking trust that motherfucker. He already said, "Oh, I'm shutting down my site. Forrest is dead. He's gone. I'm shutting down." Look at this son of a bitch. He's still got the site going up. And another lie. He told another lie to everybody.
Right. I'm actually working on Team Forrest. You've seen kind of a preview of it. I believe there was a Team Forrest out there that had a hand in all this.
Yeah,
I don't think so much as the groups. I do know he gave, some gifts out there to, some of the YouTube channel people. And but I don't think I think he knew he could kind of use them as pawns is the way I like to sit back and observe, I love judging people, and I don't mean judging people. I probably should word that a different way. I don't look down on you, motherfucker. I like to sit back and watch, and just kind of see how everything plays out. I like to, I can read people. Let me put it that way. I can just, you can just see them. If you'll sit back long enough and watch and be patient, you can sit and watch.
And that's what I think would happen. We all have to sit back and we have to pick our right moments to attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because something's going to give. Somebody's going to break. Because if we don't, the problem is we can't stop. We should stop. We have to keep attacking and keep moving forward. And attacking, I mean, we need to attack the truth. We have to attack the truth.
You don't mean show up at their door and beat the hell out of them?
Oh, no, I'm going to show up at your door. It's coming. Trust me. I'm coming to your fucking front doorstep. I'm coming. I don't give a fuck. You can beat the fuck out of me all you want. I'll either win or lose. We'll find out. But it's the same as the media. The media shows up at your front door. I'm doing the same thing. And that's what I mean. When I attack, I'm coming out like a media. I'm fucking coming. I'm coming to your bookstores. I'm coming to fucking find out everything. When I go down to fucking Santa Fe, when it comes time and we're all live, I'm fucking attacking. I'm going after everything. I'm going to find out what the fuck is going on.
Get some answers. Yep.
We're going to get answers or we're not going to get answers. But it's going to make it clear that they're avoiding something.
I agree. I agree.
And we all need to come together and go down to Santa Fe. I really do. I think a group of people, a bunch of people need to go down to Santa Fe as a team and attack it.
Yeah. Demand answers. I agree. Yeah. Hey, that sounds. We'll do a peaceful protest, as they say.
You pick it in front of his house. You pick it in front of his house like anything else.
Right.
Like the only way you're going to get answers is if the media is going to come and ask you questions. And if you don't start picketing in front of their house, the media is not going to recognize it because the media is not doing shit no more.
Now, have you heard any word on the estate, how it's been divided up or anything yet? Or?
I haven't heard nothing. Have you, Jim?
No, I don't, and I don't think we will. I mean, like when it comes to a trust or estate, I don't think a trust is public record, so yeah, it's between the attorney and them. but I could be wrong. I'm not an attorney,
Well,
but
his
I'm pretty
daughter
sure.
got the estate. His daughter,
Which one, Zoe or Kelly?
Zoe.
Yeah, I believe Zoe too.
Zoe
Yeah.
got the estate.
Yeah.
I think she has control over it. I don't think she'll get it 100%, but yeah, she has control over that estate right now.
Yeah, I think she's got control of everything.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
we find out something soon. It's been too long.
Yep, pretty soon. I was going to ask you earlier too, Jim. Nearest city in Wyoming, close to yourself.
The nearest city? Let me think.
City or town, community. And you don't have to give too much information.
It's kind of, yeah, it is kind of, it's kind of out there. Hold on, let me look on the, let me look on Google Earth real quick. Keep talking and I'll find it. What I think is the nearest town. Yeah.
The only closest town, like I said, was 15 miles south and east of Lander, Wyoming.
I would say
Actually,
probably the closest big city would be Cheyenne, the closest big city.
Cheyenne. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, not exactly in Cheyenne,
So
but
what do you guys think about getting a crowd together and going down there and protesting?
I would show up. I'm down to travel. I like traveling.
That'd
I
be a
would go.
good live feed, though. I mean,
That would be.
I
have
get
you ever
the media and we'll get the newspaper involved if we do that.
ever
We'll
brought
get
that
Dan
up in your
Dotson.
show?
We'll get Dan Dotson to do his auction voice right in front of the house. Hey,
Yeah.
come on out and tell us
Yeah. How did you end up meeting Dan, Casey?
Oh, same way I meet everybody else.
Oh, online?
Well, yeah, no, not online. I did meet Dan online, but it's through my music.
Through your music? Really? Is
right.
He's involved in? Was he involved in?
He's not involved with it. It just whenever you're a D celebrity like I am now, I say D celebrity because I still get album sales and all that good stuff, but it kind of gives you a front door to say, hey, I'm not a psychopath. I know, I know, so.
Yeah.
So I actually, I met Dan online is where I met him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't meet him
Yeah.
like out and about like I have other folks.
Yeah. Well, when I go to Nashville next week and I go into the bars and I say your name, am I gonna get thrown out?
You'll get mobbed by two
if I say
people.
your name?
Two people. Okay, yeah. What was funny when my album came out in 2010, was on the radio. Like I've always played in Oklahoma since I was probably 16 years old. They allowed me to play in the bars at the age of 16. So, I did. So when I go out there, it was only when I'd go out, back east or anywhere else but Oklahoma. Oh man, that's Casey Johnson. I was at the post office one time. Oh, you're Casey Johnson. Sign an autograph. Oklahoma, for some reason, and we've got a lot of musicians, a lot of talent right here in Oklahoma. They've never really showed me that love. I feel, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, that's Casey. Oh well, no biggie.
All
But
right,
we had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, we're wrapping it up. Hey, I want to thank both of you guys for, and you're invited always back. So anytime you want to join in and
fun show,
discuss it up. Yeah, pretty cool. So thank you guys, and thank you guys out there watching. And I haven't got much to get out there on the chat. I'll answer some of your questions. Try to do that this time.
Yeah,
and,
I did some in the chat earlier. So.
Yeah, I see you typing there. I appreciate that. And hey guys, we'll catch you next week for episode 3. And thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, take care, guys.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, bye.